स्वागतम् अद्य स्थरवासरः दशमो दिनाङ्कः 10th of March द्वितीयो भागः सुन्दरकाण्डम् प्रथमतः मङ्गलाचरणम् रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तले सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओन्नम इति. So last we are in the Ashtavimsha Sargah, 28th Sargah. I think in the last class we finished the Sankshipta Varnanam. Let's take a one shlokah, eka shlokah. Nunam sakalo mrigarupadhari mamulpa bhagyam lulubhe tadanim yatrarya putra visasarja mudha ramanujam lakshmana purvajancha. Nunam sakalo mrigarupadhari mamulpa bhagyam lulubhe tadanim यत्रार्य पुत्रौ विससर्ज मूढ़ा रामानुजं लक्ष्मण पूर्वजंच. पदच्छेद रवि?
Yes, D.
Okay.
नूनम सह कालः मृगरूपधारी माम अल्पभाग्याम लुलुभे तदानीं यत्र आर्यपुत्रौ विससर्ज मूढ़ा रामानुजं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं च.
You want to do the Padavicharaha? Nunam is
अव्ययम्.
Nunam is surely, definitely. It had to be. So Nunam. Okay. From then Saha is
प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचनम्.
प्रथमा एकवचनम्. प्रातिपदिकम्
tat
प्रातिपदिकम्. So what sutram here for the sulopaha?
Oh, that's
etat tadoho
sulopaha akoranai samase hali.
Kurunai samase hali. So by 6-1-132 sakar lopaha etat tadoho sulopo kornyang samase hali. Okay. Okay, so saha is a sarvanama shabda. When you have sarvanama shabda, always look at never leave it until you know which nama shabda is behind it. Sarvanama shabda don't have their own lingam, vachanam, lingam and vachanam. So then we have to go to kalaha. Kalaha, like ramo shabda. So saha kalaha, that time. Okay, how about mrigarupadhari? What's vibhakti here?
That's also prathama vibhakti ekavachana.
What's the lingam here?
Pullinga.
It's pullinga. So think, don't get tripped by this one. This is not like Nadi or Devi. It is not like that, because this is mrigarupadharin pratipadikam. Like yogin becomes yogi, swamin becomes swami, so that becomes mrigarupadharin. So watch out for this. This is the inanta pratipadikam. Inanta. We'll go to Vyakaranam later on. You'll see why this nakara taking lopa is not surprising for you, because we have studied the sutram no lopa pratipadikantasya 8-7. But then by the sutram saucha 6-4-13 we take the upadadhirka. Anyway, the important lesson is that don't jump to the conclusion that this is like Nadi or Devi. It is not like that. Because mrigarupadharin. We have Anuji in the class. This is her favorite sutram, which is saucha, upadadhirka by saucha. To practice these rules, you can go to the website and practice these rules. So, okay, next one, mam
dvitiya ekavachanam.
And this is samanarupam trishu lingeshu. So yushmadasmat, they give the same form in all three genders. So in this case, of course, it's three lingam, but that is only from the context. It will be the same form Pullinge, Napunsakalinge, same. I mean, I guess Asmat cannot be Napunsakalinge really, but anyway, Pullinge, Strilinge, Samana Rupam. So, Mam, Alpa Bhagyam.
Same as before. Dvitiya vibhakti ekvachanam.
Ekvachanam. And that is, you can look at the word Bhagyam is a Napunsakalinga Pratipadikam. The fact that it has become Alpa Bhagyam should tell you this is a Bahuvri compound. Otherwise, you will not have a gender change like that. Because why is that? Bahuvri Samasa is Anya Pada Pradhana. The Pradhanyam is not in the word Bhagyam. It is in the one who has that scanty luck, ill luck. So that is why the lingam of Alpa Bhagyam is dictated by, in this case, Sita, not by the word Bhagyam. So this is one easy way of when the Uttarapadam has a different gender from lingam of the Samastan Padam, then you know this is Bahuvri compound. So it's a straightforward compound. Alpam Bhagyam Yasyaha Sa. Okay, Lulubhe.
Lulubhe is lit Prathama Purusha ekavachanam.
Purusha ekavachanam. Litastajeo Reshirech. This form is not in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita does not have any Atmanipadam lit prayoga. So, but we have studied in the daily examples many times. If you want to do some homework, you can look at the sutram Litastajeo Reshirech. The ta pratyaha takes the esh adesha. Anekachis sarvasya. Otherwise, you can look at the abhyasa karyam going on here. Dhatu lubha. One thing which Ravi pointed out in the notes, Ravi said that Lubha Vimohane iti prasnepadi dhatuho. Lulubhe looks like a arsha prayoga, tangashaha. Should have been lulobha. So Lulubhe. But if you check it, this is Ramayanam. In Ramayanam you'll have many places where the Apnepadam and Prasnepadam is not going to be exact as Dhatu Patha. So you have to be ready for that. So Lulubhe is a lit lakaraha, Pratham Purusha, ekavachanam. And you can see the karta is kalaha, saha kalaha. Okay, tadanim avyayam. The word sutram avyayam?
No idea, sir.
Well, there are only 5 rules, right, Ravi? Because the only set of only Pancha Sutra is there. So we have Sura Nipatam avyayam, Taditascha sarvabhaktihi, Kunmejantaha, Kvatosum Kasanaha, and Avivavascha. This is this one, 130. Yeah, Taditascha sarvabhakti. Only 5 rules. So this is the Tadita Prayoga. Taditascha sarvabhakti. There's a pratyaya called Danim. There's a pratyaya called Danim pratyaya, which is coming by 5319, Danim. And then because we'll come to that. Anyway, this is Tadita Prayoga. You get the Avyasanya by Taditascha sarvabhakti. So Tadanim. Tadanim and Tada, by the way. Tadanim and Tada, same meaning. Tada and Tadanim is at Tasmin Kale, at that time. Is Saptamyanta. Tadanim. This is Kale Da. In fact, yes. Go ahead.
Is Idanim the same category?
Yeah, same category. So Danim. See, in fact, this is what was asking. Idamo Ril, then Aduna, then Idanim, and then Tado Dacha. So we get Tada and Tadanim. Is all in the Kaleda, the sense of Tasmin. So it will be Asmin Kale Aduna. Then you get Asmin Kale Idanim. Then Tasmin Kale Tada or Tadanim. So, that's how it goes. So it gets the Avya Sanya by, and because of the fact that these pratyas in this section have the Sanya Vibhakti. Normally we have Vibhaktishcha, right? 14104. The sub pratyas and ting pratyas get Sanya Vibhakti. But here also Vibhakti Sanya. Vibhakti Sanya is not only by the Sutra Vibhaktishcha. Because Pragdisha Vibhakti. These pratyas in this section up to the word dish, Pragdisha Vibhakti. Or up to this dik, they get Sanya Vibhakti. Then we can apply Tadadina Maha. So that's how it becomes Tadanim. Tadanim bhavati. Then at that time it becomes Tadanim. So, okay, so Vibhakti Sanya is not only by the Sutram 14104 Vibhaktishcha. So there is this other section also. This one also we know vibhakti is just sup and ting vibhakti sanya. But barring that is 531 also, sorry, yes, correct, 531. Pragdisha vibhakti. And this is all in the section of Tadhitaha, which goes from 4176. Okay. Let's continue. Yatra.
Yatra is also avyayam.
Same section. Saptamyastral. Saptamyantam. Here it is Saptamyastral. So same thing. We get, it's also Vibhakti Pratyaha. Chadadina Maha Atogune. Yatra. Okay. Then Aryaputrau.
Aryaputrau, Prathama Vibhakti Dvivachanam?
No, Dvitiya.
Oh, Dvitiya. So Mudha. Okay. Yeah. She left.
Yeah, because see the Tinganta Padam is only Visasarja and Lulubhe, right? They are both Ekavachanam. So if you make Aryaputra as Prathama, then it will be difficult to align them. Could have been Prathama in different context. So, but here it is Vitya Dvivachanam. Okay. Visasarja.
It's lit. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam.
No, try again.
Visamudha, Visasarja.
It is Uttam Purusha Ekavachanam.
Oh.
Aham Visasarja. Aham Visasarja.
Okay.
This the same form. This is a rare form. Because of Parokshe lit. See what Ravi is saying is Parokshe lit, right? So 99% of lit. Lit is 99% third person. But this is Valmiki. So he's not afraid to go in that 1%. So because of the Sutram Parokshe lit. Naruttamava we don't need, they'll become null optionally. But by because here only we are only using Pugand Lagu Patasthya. So the Nitvam is not being used really here. It will apply here, correct. Naruttama will come. It gives the same form that. So we're not using the Atopadhaya or Achurniti, right? So Naruttama will not have a net effect in this situation. But important Litcha Sutram says I'm sorry, not Litcha, excuse me. Parokshe lit, I'm sorry. Parokshe lit. So Parokshe lit is only Parokshe. So it should be used when the action is not experienced by the speaker. Now how can she say that I did something and then I didn't experience the action? How is that possible? Well, there if you look at the commentary, interesting commentary. Good thing that in Ramayanam is that we have commentaries. So let's see what the commentator says on this point. How can we use Paroksha lit? See, Govinda Raja. Visasarja iti srujehe liti uttama purushasya ekavachanam, he says. So that he says. And there he says that, and then one more comment says, aparokshe api chitta vikshepadina paroksham aropya lit. So even though it should be parokshe, chitta vikshepadina, because her mind was completely distraught at that time. She was distracted. She was so distracted when Ravana came to kidnap her, I guess, that she just forgot everything. She had no recollection, no sense of what she was doing. So this is the chitta vikshepadina uttam purusha prayogaha liti. So this is Yulia is awake and she likes that excuse. By the way, okay, for Yulia, here's one more thing for Yulia, is that okay, Yulia, one more one for you. How about this one in Gita for you, Yulia? Is that in this we have the same thing in Gita, where Arjuna also chitta vikshepadina. The same thing. Anushruma. Aho bata mahat papam kratum yavasita mayam. Yadraja lokusovena. So yes, so he says that Utsanna kula dharmana manusyanam janardana narake niyatam vasa bhavatitanu shushruma. So Arjuna uses the lit uttam purusha. So we have heard. And he says we were not there. Because this is parokshe lit. He says that those people whose kuladharmas are lost, are destroyed, they dwell in hell indefinitely. So we have heard, But we have not really heard. So the same thing there. Because Arjuna was so distracted at that time that he just could not think straight, and he used Uttam Purusha lit. So Sita also was so distracted at that time that, forget Vyakaranam. Things to think about. Anyway, okay. So Visasajja is Uttam Purusha Ekavachanam. It is not Uttam Purusha Ekavachanam, but yeah, Ravi is right. Most of the time it is. I mean, the steps will be the same.
Satishi.
Yes.
I'm not able to understand this. Is it like sometimes we use the first person, like myself saying, what happened to us?
What happened to, yeah, something like that. Something like that, yeah. So, so you guys are enjoying it. So Rama also is distracted. Yeah, Ramayanam is like that. Yeah, Yulia, that's the Ramayanam is like that. You cannot expect Ramayanam to be like a textbook grammar, okay? One thing, please be ready for Ramayanam. Ramayanam is Valmiki, it does a lot of things in Ramayanam, which will make you wonder, but you have to be ready for that, okay? So it gives you a good flavor of what, the real world Vyakaranam is like, this is not, so this kind of things should not be done by us, but of course Valmiki is a Rishi, so he can do all these things. So this is Uttam Purusha lit prayoga, which is very rare. Okay. Mudha is
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam. Of course, could have been Mudhaha, could have been Bahuvachanam, but clearly it is qualifying Sita. Prathama Ekavachanam. Ramanujam.
Vithiya Ekavachanam.
Lakshmana Purvajan. Same.
That's also same. Vithiya Ekavachanam.
Chavyayam. Vithiya means it's object of Yulia is having a ball on this one. Says, okay, the object of what? This one is Visasajja, right? So that's subject, because Dvitiya means always ask the question that Dvitiya doesn't have a standing on its own. It depends on, it's normally normally, it can be the karma of some dhatu, it can depend on some avyayam. So always Dvitiya means immediately make the connection to something. And here in this case clearly Visasarja. Aham Visasarja. Okay, let's try the translation, we'll come back to more. You ready, sir? Balram, you ready? Take a shot at it. I think Ravi has given you enough support now, so I think you can do it now. Okay, it was surely.
Noonam.
Noonam. And you can supply the was, the time spirit.
Kalaha.
Who having assumed the form of a deer.
Mrigarupadhari.
So Mrigasirupam Mrigarupam and Mrigarupam Dharati, the Chilaha, one who was at that time taking so that deer which came, the Maricha came. Here time, by the way, time is not like time, like seconds, like that, Time is like fate, destiny. So that Kala in Sanskritam, if you look at Apte, this Kala, it doesn't just mean like, seconds and hours and minutes like that. It has a much more deep meaning in Sanskritam. Kala can also mean like death. Kala means like fate, like destiny, like prophecy. So that meaning of Kalaha is also there in Sanskritam, used a lot. So see, Kalaha means, okay, it can mean black also, but it can mean time. It can also mean fit or opportune time, a period or portion of time, can mean the weather, the supreme spirit regarded as the destroyer of the universe. So like, Pralaya Kala, like the destruction principle. It can also mean Yama, the god of death. It can also mean the time of death. It can also mean, so Kala also means death. It can also mean fate or destiny. I think this is the one here, fate or destiny. So Kalaha is not time in the sense of like, counting, but it is destiny. Okay. Beguiled.
Lulubhe.
Pralobhanam. Lobhanam means to entice or to seduce, seduce, to entice, to kind of to trick somebody doing something. So that is lub. Lobha comes to that, the enticement. So lulubhe is that's tingantam padam. Lulubhe is lit lakara purushe ekavachanam, beguiled. And me,
mama, mom,
a woman of scanty fortune.
alpabhagyam,
So alpam bhagyam yasyaha salpam. So recognizes Bahuvari compounds. The fact that bhagyam became bhagyam, is Bahuvari compound. Okay, that time brackets. At that time is
idanim,
tadanim. Yes, tadanim. Yeah, at that time. Correct. Tadanim, at that time. And to whom? The and is understood. What do you think of to whom? What could it be now? There's not much left now. What could it be? What do you think? It's yatra. Yatra normally means, yatra is that, it's a commentator says, yat samipe. Yatra says, yatra, what does the other commentators say? He says, yatra yasmin kale, one of the says. So, but I think I like yes samipe. See, saptami is, saptami is adhikarane, right? That adhikaranam, adhar adhikaranam is what Panini says. Now, it's not always a physical location, okay? The important thing with saptami is that adharaha is not, doesn't necessarily mean a physical thing, okay? In English, we say saptami is in that and on that. It's almost always like a substance or something, right? So, but we can say in that context, in that subject matter, in that reference. So this is, again, this is Ramayanam, so we have to be ready for this. But one thing important is that this adharodhikaranam, which will come somewhere here, that the locus of the action is, because the section of Karake starts over here, and there we'll have a sutram adharodhikaranam. Here it is. And then Saptami comes Adhikarane. So this Saptami can be very many kinds. I mean, this Adhara can be many kinds. But in this, it is really a bit of a stretch over here, So Yatra means, should really mean, normally means at which time, or at which place, or in which context, in reference to which, like that, And right now, unfortunately, it's not fitting anyone too well. So it says in whose context. See, that's about as close as we can get with Saptami. In whose context, or in with regard to him, So means that in order to deal with whom. That's what it's coming down to. So it's a bit of a stretch here, but the important thing is Saptami is not always physical. It's not always sense of time. It can also be a subject matter. Vishaya Saptami. So Vishaya. Tasmin Vishaya means in with regard to whom, to deal with whom. Okay, so that is that's what's given by to whom. That's to whom is a Vishaya Saptami. Okay, the I is understood. Okay, stupid woman. What do you think?
Mudha.
Mudha. Correct, Mudha. Dispatched.
Apurvajam.
No. Think of the verb.
Visasarja.
Srij, Srishtihi. Right? Visargaha. Like in Visargaha is when you release the for Visargaha. It is released, to release. So Visrij. So Visrijami comes in Gita also. Visrij is to release, to let go. So Visasarja means I let go. I let go. So as foolish that I was, I let go. And now comes the two sons of my father-in-law. Interesting. What is that?
Putrahu. Aryaputra.
Aryaputra. In the interesting form, Arya, by the way. Artum Yogya Arya. Artum. This might be like the Ayers, I think, in South India, right? Ayers. Maybe Arya. I don't know. I don't know Tamil, but I think. Yes. Coming. Yulia has a question. Any logical reason why she used Ramanuja and Lakshmana Purvaja? Well, the reason given by the commentator Yulia is that Parasparasya Sadrishau Sadrishau Paraspara Sadrishau Iti Ukta Paraspara Sadrisha. So this is that because she's using these two to show that they were like inseparable kind of. That they were inseparable. So rather than saying, Ramam Lakshmanancha, she says Ramanujam Lakshmana Purvacham. So she's using this like mirror-like forms for two of them to express the fact that says that Paraspara Sadrishyat. So Balyat Prabhrati Snigdhatayacha Paraspara Nirupaka Bhutau. So they are now, when you say Rama, Lakshmana is always there, Lakshmana Rama is always there. So they are like, inseparable. So from the childhood of inseparable. So that's why she says, she gives this like these mirror-like forms here. Ramanujam, Lakshmana Purvajam. That's what the commentator says. That's what the commentator is saying, why she's using this kind of forms to show that they were, when you say Rama means Ramanujam will be there, Lakshmana Purvajam will be there. So, okay. Father-in-law, yes, Artum Yogyam Arya, one who's fit, Rat-Ru, Gatau, means one who's fit to be approached, means for help, for advice. That's Arya. Arya, this is what's called as a potential participle. And Ruhalord Nyat. If you want to do some homework, you can look at the Suttam, this one, 31124. So Artum Yogya Arya. Maybe Ayers, who are fit to be approached. Means noble man really, but anyway, that's how it comes. So Arya here means Dashrataha. Yes, that's one again probably from the commentary. Let's see what the commentator says. Arya Putrau Lulubhe. Let me just check. Sarvam Chedam Dukham Lulubhe. No. Guru Padhari Yatsamipe Kalaha. No. I am not seeing it. So maybe this is a Gita press that they have taken from some other commentary. In the commentary which I have, I'm not seeing Arya being given a Dasharatha. But I guess we can take it as who else can it be, right? So Arya Putrao. We can see there are two choices here. We can take Arya as a qualifying Putra. We make it Karmadharya Sama. Those two noble sons. Or we take Shashti Samasaha. Aryasya Putrao. So where the Gita press is taken, Aryasya. Dashratasya Putrao. So they taken Shashti Samasa. They were the sons of the noble man. Rather than two noble sons. I mean, it's on the context. You can take both, are fine. Okay, Lakshmanaha is straightforward, right? Younger half brother of Ramaha, who is Ramanujam, and Shri Ramaha, the eldest half brother of Lakshmana. Okay, now the yes, second is more probable. Yeah. Yulia thinks the second is more probable. I know. This looks like a bit of a stretch here. If you had to translate it myself, I'd probably say Aryaputra is probably noble sons rather than sons of the noble man. But there might be some other commentary which I don't have, and there might be some other reasons given there. I'm not seeing in the commentary why they put like that. But anyway, there is a Vyakaran-wise there is a choice. Okay. Okay, so I guess what she's saying is that Putra means whose sons were they. So then, Arya Putra means you specify whose sons they are. So, Vyakaranam, we already talked about Mrigarupadhari, this Pratyaya Nini, which is like, Ushnabhoji, Shakahari. So basically something who does this habitually. So at that time, that Kalaha says they had taken that root of the deer. So Mrugasya Rupam Dharatita Chilaha. The sutram, if you want to do some homework, is Supyajato Nistachilye. Supyajato Nistachilye. I'm sorry, 3278. First of all, we will put the Samasaha by Upapadam Ating, and then we find this sutram which says that any sup, not only a karmada, but any sup is upapadam, then a dhatu can take the pratyaya nini if it's tachilya. means who does it habitually at that, So then Anubandha Lopaha by Chutu Upadesha Nasika 8, and then we get the Achodniti Uran Raparaha Murgarupa Dharin, the Sutram Saucha, Anuji's favorite Sutram Saucha Upadirga by Saucha. Alpam Bhagyam Yasya Alpam Bhagya straight for Bahuri compound, Ajadyata stop, and of course Akasana Dirkaha. Then Lupa Vimohane, Prasnapadi Dhatu, but here Apanipadam, irregular here. And then Suja Visarge, all thanks to Ravi for these notes. Lit Lakara, Parokshe, lit, but in this case it is not Parokshe, but anyway. And then Anubandha Lopaha, and then Tiptajji. In this case, you need to make a correction here, Ravi. It's not Tip, right? It'll be MIP now. Let me correct that. So,
MIP. Yes, sir.
Once you want to correct that, I'll close my page. Go ahead.
Okay.
So this should be MIP. If you look at the Sutram 3482, because it says Prasipadanam Nalatusar Nalvamaha. That null comes twice. So null is the Adesha for Tip as well as MIP. In this case, because Sita is a Kartri, it says Aham Visasarja. So this is a MIP Pratyaya. MIP. And then takes null Adesha, and then Chutu Halantyam Tasya Lopaha. Then Abhyasa Karyam, because of Durvachanechi, we have to do Abhyasa first. So little Dhatu Abhyasasya. And then Urat Urandaparaha Abhyasa Karyam, Abhyasa Bhagya Karyam, and then Haladisheshaha. And now we can do Puganta Lagupatasya and become Sasarja. And we do Upasargaha, so Visasarja is because Upasarga Kriya Yoge. Pradeha Upasarga Kriya Yoge 1459. The Pradi is when the Kriya Yoge is Upasarga Sanya and Te Parag Dhato. You go before a Dhato. Now Anujataha iti Anujaha. Pratyaya Jan, Dhatu Jan takes a Pratyaya Da. When there are a variety of Upadas. So this is an extension Sutram 32101. Anyeshupi Drishyate. So whenever, because your Panini gives some specific Upapadas which are required for Dhatu Jan to take a Pratyaya Da. But then by extension, even when when other Upapadas are there, we can take, in fact in Kashika, the example is given Anujataha. Anujaha. But 32101 is a extension sutram which allows us to use the Pratyaya Da in a variety of situations, varieties of upadas being present, not only the ones given by the prior few rules. So Anyeshupi Drishyate. So we have is Anujataha Anujaha. 32101. And then Ramasya Anujaha Rama Anujaha. And same thing, Purvam Jata, similar thing. Purvam Jata, Purvajaha, same sutram, 32101. And then Lakshmanasya Purvajaha, Agrajaha, Lakshmana Purvajaha. Then Tadanim, we already talked about Tadanim. The Pratyaya Danim is coming there. And then Tadadi Namaha. Okay, let me refresh my page before we go to the next one. So we can get the correction. So Visasarja is Uttam Purusha Ekvachanam. Here it is, Uttam Purusha Ekvachanam. Thank you, Ravi. Okay, now Ekonatrimsha Sargaha, 29th Sargaha. This could be also straightforward. Kavihi Shubha Shakunan Nirdishati. Puropalabdha Pulaka Shakuna Sajatyat. Tesham Shubhattam Nirdharayanti. Sita Praharsham Anubhavati. Kavihi Shubha Shakuna Nirdishati. Puropalabdha Pulaka Shakuna Sajatyat. Tesham Shubhattam Nirdharayanti. Sita Praharsham Anubhavati. Chapadacheta for us,
Yes, dear. Kavihi Shubha Shakunan Nirdishati Pura or Samastam.
This is Samastam Padam.
Okay. Puropalabdhaka Shakuna Sajatyat.
Puropalabdha Pulaka. Right? Puropalabdha Pulaka Shakuna Sajatyat. Same thing. Yeah, Tesham.
Shubhatvam.
Shubhatvam.
Nirdharayanti. Sita. Praharsham. Anubhavati.
Okay, let's do the Padavicharaha. So Kavi is, of course, is what?
Prathama Ekvachanam.
Prathama Ekvachanam is, Harivat Shabdaha. He is the subject of Nirdishati. So Shubha Shakunan.
Dvitiya Bahuvachanam.
Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, like Ramavat Shabdaha. Now this I was talking to Ravi before the class. In the way that Apte has given it is that he has given Shakuna as a Pullinga Shabda in the sense of, Pakshirthe, in the sense of a bird. But in the sense of the omen, he has given it as a Napusakalinga Shabda. So now I think that this, I don't know, this looks like should be Shubha Shakunani. But then Vasu was saying that, the birds are the ones which gives these omens. So anyway, Vyakarana wise, this looks to be Chintanyam Vidam. Of course, Lingam is, Lokataha Nyatavyam Lingam. So Panini, I guess Patanjali also says that Lingam is not a, strictly speaking, is not a domain of Vyakaranam. Lingam should be ascertained from usage. So Apte gives Shakunam as Lokataha Nyatavyam. So Shakuna he gives as the Puslinga Pratipadikam as meaning of an omen. He gives as a bird Pullingam. So I would think this should be Shakunani. But anyway, we'll take it as it is. In this case, it is clearly Ramavat Shabdaha. So it is Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Sutram, of course, is. What Sutram for Nakaradeshal? Ravi? Sutram for Nakaradesha is?
Is it Tasmat Shason of Pumsi?
Tasmat Shason of Pumsi, very good. When we do the Prathama Purva Savarnaha, and then we get the Tasmat Shason of Pumsi, which is 6112, like Raman Shakunan, like Tasmat Shason of Pumsi. Okay, Nirdishati is?
Tinganta Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, Lat Lakar. Which Gana is Satu Dish?
Disha Atisarjane.
It has to be, right? Because otherwise we would have taken the Puganta Lagupasastica.
Yes.
So the fact that we have, and Ravi and he has done that, Ravi has done that here, because here we don't apply Puganta Lagupasastica because the Pratyaya is Sh and not Shap. So even without looking at the Dhatu Patha, you can make a good guess that this must be Tudadi Gadaha. Like in Gita, right? In chapter 1, Eva Muktvajanas Sankirto Pastu Upavishata. So Upavishata Dhatu Vish must be of the Tudadikaraha. Because otherwise the Shap, being a pit, it will do the Puganta Lagupatascha. Just like in Gita, we have the form Upavishata. Of course, this is Lang Lakaraha, but still the same thing. Nirdishati, this is going to be Tudadikaraha. Okay, now this is a long Samasaha. Puropalabdha Pulaka Shakuna Sajatyat. I was talking to Ravi before the class, and let me tell the way that I have done it. It may not be the only way. See, Pura is an avyayam. Pura means before. Comes in Bhagavad Gita. Pura prokta mayanaha. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Na karmana manarambhan. Comes in chapter 3. Pura prokta mayanaha. Lokasyan dividha nishtha pura. Prokta mayanaha. Pura means in times of old. Purasmin kale. So Pura means previously. So Pura comes, I think, let's see. Yeah, comes here also. Om Tatsriti Nirdesho Brahmanasti Vidasmrataha Brahmanastena Vedascha Yajñascha Vihitaf Pura. Pura means in times of old. In times of old. Okay. So chapter 3 and chapter 17 of Gita. Now Pura Upalabdha means obtained, encountered before. So Pura Upalabdha is really an adverbial compound. This is not a Karmadharya, not Karmadharya, not a Purusha at all, not Bahuvrihi, not Avibhava Samasaha, not a Dvandva Samasa. This is what is called as a miscellaneous compound. So the way we can justify this is that because Panini doesn't really give a special category for these what we call like adverbial compounds. So pura is qualifying the upalabh dhatu, which we encountered before. So what we can do is that can use this sutram sahasupa as a vidhi sutram, meaning that a sup can compound with another sup, generally speaking. It's a general compound, kevala samasaha. Either that, or we can use this 2172, which also gives a kind of miscellaneous kind of tatpurusha compounds, mayurabhamsakadayascha. So any tatpurusha compound which we cannot justify by any other sutram, we put in this mayurabhamsakadayascha. So we can use that one. But bottom line is pura upalabdha become, of course, ad gunaha. Pura upalabdha is experienced before or encountered before. So pulaka is horripilation, hair standing on end. So between puropalabdha and pulaka is a karmadharya compound. So it was this horripilation which was experienced before. Now shakuna, we just talked, shakuna is an omen. Okay. Now between puropalabdha and shakuna, I made a dvandva compound. So puropalabdha pulakaha shakunani cha. Puropalabdha pulaka shakunani. And then sajatyam sajatihi. So sajati samana jatihi. Yasya saha sajatihi. So means one which is of the same class. So same class. We are on the same class. So we made sajatihi. And what happens here, if you want to do some homework, is that the samana takes the sa adesha. Remember we see in the sutram where the saha takes the sa adesha. In this case, samana takes the sa adesha. Samanasya. And this sutram also has taken a yoga vibhaga, means samana takes the sa adesha. Variously. Variety of situations. So that is what you so the sajatihi is samana jatihi yasya. That is sajatihi. So we have to use, you have to extend a little bit, you have to stretch that sutram, this 6384. And so then what we have is so of the same, something which is of the same class. And then sajate bhava sajatyam, like saundaryam, karpanyam, klaivyam. So sajatyam means same classness. Well, this is a topic which we did in the Wednesday class in great detail. It is the sutram which is Gudavachana Brahmanadibhya Karmanicha. So this Brahmanadi Ganaha, which is Akriti Ganaha, it can be stretched. It is the Pratyashain in Karmani and in this Adhikar of Tasya Bhavastatalo, means thatness, the state of that. So thatness, that hood. So the Pratyashain comes, and because the Brahmana is Akriti Ganaha, and then we can make it Anubandha Lopaha, and then do the Adivruddhi Taditeshva Chamade. So Sajatyam is that same classness, the property of being in the same class. So now what we have is that Puropalabdha Pulaka Shakunanam Sajatyam, because of the commonality of what? Of the prior experienced horripilation and the current omens. Then from that, the Panchami, Sajatyat Hetau. So Hetu Bhutat. So that is the Hetu. This Hetu, as I said, any Vivakti Vidhanam, we have to do in 2.3 of Ashtadhyayi. And there Paniniya Sutram says Hetau. Tritiya can be used. But then he says Vibhasha Panchami also. Gunestriyam. So this is on account of, so that is Panchami, the commonality, because the Sajatyam of the Shakuna, which is the omens, and the horripilation which was previously experienced. On account of, so finally we have a Panchami Ekavachanam like Vanat. So Sajatya is the neuter, so like Vanat. Of course we have Tanyasina Saminat Syaha, which I think all of you know by now. So these we're not doing in the class because it will take too much time. So that the Nyasi Pratyaya takes the Ata Adesha. Tanyasina Saminat Syaha. So Sajatyat is a Hetau Panchami. Hetau Sutram is over here, 7112. Hetau Panchami. Okay. Tesham Ravi is what?
Shashti Bhavachanam.
And what is qualifying? This is Sarvanama Shabda, right?
Shakuna.
I think Shakunanam. Shakunanam. Shakunanam Shubhatvam. So Shakunanam. Tesham Shakunanam. Of those omens. Because Shubhatvam is?
Shubhatvam Dvitiya Ekavachanam.
Correct. Same adhikara. Tasya bhavastva talau. The tva and tal. I'm sorry?
It should be in Napumsakalinga.
Napumsakalingam, correct. So like vanam. So correct. It's like so this pratya tva and tal, like gurutvam, guruta, lagutvam, laguta, you know. So alpatvam, alpata. So this is the common pratya tva in the sense of the auspiciousness, shubhatvam, or the goodness, you know. Nirdharayanti is
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam. It is Shatranta Pratipadikam, means ascertaining. This form we have seen previously in great detail when we had Bodhayanti. We had Bodhayanti before. That time it was Trijata. She was kind of teaching the other Rakshasis, Bodhayanti. We'll go through it afterward, but Nirdharayanti is the same thing. Nirdharayanti means that Nirdhru could be a nishpatya in here, means that to ascertain. So Nirdhru is in the means to, so Dhru is to hold, but Nirdhru is to determine or to ascertain. Nirdhar, don't confuse this with the Tingantam Padam. Nidharayanti would be Lat Lakaraha Pratham Purusha Bhavachanam. But Nidharayanti, see this form I don't think is in Gita, it probably is not. And Gita doesn't have many feminine usages. So this form may not be in Gita. So Nidharayanti is a Subantam Padam, declined like Nadi or Devi, as Ravi said, it's a Shatrantam Padam. Means that it is a present participle. So determining. Sita, of course, same Prathamai Koshanam. Na Praharsham. What do you think, Ravi?
Dvitiya Ekavachanam.
So this is Ramavat Shabda. Chatursh, so Harsha. So Pratyaghay, so simple. Anubhavati is
Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Latlakara. So
Lat.
Yeah, so Anubhu. By the way, Bhu. Yeah, one second. Go ahead.
Bhusattayam, it's akarmaka, but Anu makes
correct.
it
Exactly what I was going to say. I was just going to say that. As Ravi is correct, because see, Bhusattayam is akarmaka dhatu. Is to bhu is to be, but it also tells you a good lesson. What Ravi is saying is that upasarga vashad sakarmako jata sakarmako bhavati sakarmakattam anubhavati. It becomes sakarmakaha. So basically, dhatu bhu experiences sakarmatvam by the upasarga vashat. Anu makes bhu sakarmaka. You experience something. So because praharsham is an object, is a karma of anubhu. So clearly something has made bhu sakarmaka. Exactly what I was going to say. I was just going to say that. So Ravi is right. So make a note of this, that the dhatu can become sakarmaka, based on the upasarga. Okay, you ready, sir? I think this should be now straightforward. Okay, the omens described.
Shubha
Yeah,
Shakuna.
it is really, we would say that the poet now illustrates the good sign omen. So they put this, the poet should be kavihi. Nirdishati should be describes, really describes. And Shubha Shakunan is the good omens. Yeah, but they made it like this. The omens, they made it passive. How would you make it passive? You want to try? How will you do it? You want to try? So you would say Shubha Shakunaha Nirdishyante. Nirdishyante. The omens described are being described. Atva Shubha Shakunaha Nirdishtaha. So the omens described. Shubha Shakunaha Nirdishtaha Shubha Shakunaha. Anyway, so this really should be the poet describes or illustrates the good signs. Concluding, what do you think for that? What would it be?
Nirdharayanti.
Very good. Nirdharayanti.
Nirdharayanti.
That's the ing ending. So that's the ing pratyaya in English. if you had a Pani Sutram for this, you would say lataha ingadesha. You take the ingadesha. So like going, seeing, jumping, all that, concluding. That is the shatru. Shatru in English is this ing. It's concluding, determining. Them to be auspicious. I guess their auspiciousness, which will be what?
Tesham shubhatvam.
Yulia like that. So tesham shubhatvam, yes. So tesham shakunanam shubhatvam. So the auspiciousness of those omens. And they made it. See, these are from two different books, I'm sorry, but they, this is Gita Press and this is from the Sanskrit Tika. They're both very good books, but there's not, the one-to-one correspondence is not exactly there. So them to be auspicious mean their auspiciousness. Okay. What is the from?
Tyat.
The Panchami, the at. I guess you can say tyat. So that is from, due to somethingness. Due to somethingness. That's the tyat. Very, very common. Comes in Gita in quite a few places, by the way. You can practice the tyat in Gita. So in chapter 13, I think, comes a few times. Sorry, Gita. So chapter 13 of Gita, anaditvat nirgunatvat, paramatmam avyaha, shairasthopi kauntena karutun lipyate. So twat is very common usage due to somethingness. See, Chanchalatvat, because of fickleness. Chanchalatvat. Chanchala is fickle. Unsteadiness. Because this is Arjuna complains, right? I don't see how this thing can work. Because the fickleness of the mind. Chanchalatvat. And it says, then Sukshmatvat. Because subtlety. On account of subtlety. See, it's very, very common usage, Nirgunatvat. Because of having the property of being without properties. Nirgunatvat, without qualities. Okay. Then Nirmalatvat, because of purity. On account of purity. Sattvat. Even that, really technically speaking, is on account of existence. On account of goodness. On account of goodness. Sattvat. In this case, from goodness. It's from goodness, really. There are some more. Let me go. Let me just check. Let me just check in chapter 13. There are in chapter 13. There are some. Okay, let me just go down to chapter 13. It is in Anaditvat Nirgunatvat. Comes in Sukshmatvat Anaditvat. Because of it is beginningless. Nirgunatvat. I think we just saw that. Okay. Anaditvat Nirgunatvat comes in one. Paramatmam avyaha. Shairasthopi kaunteya. Nakautin lipyate. Yatha sarvagatami. Anaditvat Nirgunatvat. Okay. So Sajats. Okay. From. See now this thing they have just paraphrased the whole thing. What about a thrill? What do you think the thrill? What would thrill be in the Samasa? Which word is thrill? What do you think?
Pulaka.
Pulaka means horripilation, hair standing on end, horripilation. That ran through her body at their sight. Yeah, this is completely paraphrased over here. So basically, on account of the commonality of these omens with the thrill that she previously experienced. That's the way it should really be. So it should be, as I said, Puropalabdha is previously attained, previously experienced. Pulaka is the thrill, horripilation. Shakano is the omens, and Sajatyam is the common, like same classness, commonality. And on account of that, okay, Sita is Sita. Experiences is
Anubhavati.
Great joy.
Is it Praharsham?
Praharsham. Prakrishta harsha praharsha. Means great joy. Okay. So yeah, this entire compound was a bit messy. And I think this is at least the way that I've done it. It may not be the only way, but from the context it seems to make sense. Now, Vyakaranam Shubha Shakuna, straightforward, Karmadharya compound Shubha Shakuna. Again, Shakuna should be neuter, but here it's used masculine here. And then Disha Atisarjane means to direct, to show, See, Atisraj. We had Visruj in the prior shloka with Visruj. Atisraj means to direct, Atisarjane, to point towards, to show. So, let lakara straightforward form, Anubandha Lopaha, Tip, Pratya, Tudadibhya Shaha. And because the Shaha is Sarvadhatikam Apit, Nitvat, it cannot do any Gunadeshaha. It becomes impotent. So we don't apply, because Ravi has said, because we don't apply Pugantalagupadasya because of Sarvadhatikam Apit, Kiniticha. Anubandha Lopaha Nirdishati. And Nirupasargaha, Upasargaha Kriya Yoge, Te Parag Dhatoho. Then Pura Upalabdha, we just did that. Pura is an Amyam, then Ad Gunaha. We can, this is an exceptional, this is what's called a general compound by Sahasupa, and we can use the Mayurabam Sakadeha. So we can use that. Then Pura Upalabdha Pulakaha is Karmadharya. It was a thrill which was previously experienced. Then make a Dvandva with that. Pura Upalabdha Pulakaha Shakunani Cha. Pura Upalabdha Pulaka Shakunani. And then Tesam Sajatyam. So the commonalities. Sajatyam is Samana Jatihi Yasya Sajatihi. This is a Bahuri compound along with this Samanasya Sadesha Yoga Vibhagaha. If you want to do some homework on that. And then Sajatehe Bhava Sajatyam Brahmanadi Ganaha Pratyashai Anubandha Lopaha Shaf Pratyasya 136 Halantyam. And then Adivriddhi Jaditeshva Chamadehe. This pratyaya has a chavarga, panchama as an it. Then angam gets the bhasanya because all taditas are part of the adhikara of swadishu. And then by yachibham bhasanya, then yasyiticha. Ivarnantasya varnanta sangasya bhasya lopabhoti tadite ikare chapare with sajatyam. And then nirdharayanti. Okay, like we had the word bodhayanti previously, you know. So bodhayanti we had previously. Let's go to for 1 second bodhayanti. And let us see bodhayanti. Where was it coming? Yeah, bodhayanti. So we take dhatu buddha, when we causative, nich pratyaya. So we take dhru, make it dhari, like buddh became bodhi. So let's go back to your notes if you can and just look at this example. We added pratyaya, let Vartamane, let then let us Shatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhi Karane. So even though Sutram says Apratama Samadhi Karane, it is sometimes used in Pratama Samadhi Karane. The prior Sutram had let. Again Pani says let in 32124. Because 32123 is Vartamane let. Again Pani says lataha Shatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhi Karane. So Punar let Grahanat. Punar let Grahanat Kvachit Pratama Samadhi Karane api. So because Nirdharayanti is Pratama Ekavachana. Okay. So this sutram says this should not be Pratama Samadhi Karane, but sometimes it is. So don't get confused by that. And then Pratyaya Shap comes, of course, in this case, Dhari will have the Dhatu Sanya Vasanajanta Dhatavaha. Then instead of getting the tip tasji and making a verbal form, we get a participle form. And then do Anubandha Lopaha, then do Gunadeshaha, Savradhatu Karzakayoho. Echoyavayavaha, and then do the Atogune. The feminine now, Pratyanyip is added because of Ugitascha. Because Shatru is an Ugit, Vikara is an It. So Ugit. Remember one thing, nothing can be used in the feminine unless it passes the checkpoint of Striyam. From 413 to 4181 is the Adhikara of Striyam. So every Pratipadikam which wants to be used in the feminine has to be checked out by Adhikara. The Sutram there says, Ugitascha. So a Pratipadikam is Adhikara of Nya Pratipadikat. So this Pratipadikam is ending in Ugit. Shatru is an Ugit. So therefore we get the Pratyaya Nip, Anubandha Lopaha. And for Numagamaha by 781, so the Shapshan or Nityam. When Pratyaya Shap or Shan is used, the Akara of Shap or Shan. So here we get the Pratyaya Shap is there. And then because of Achinadyor Num in this feminine form, Nadif like forms, this Akara when the Shatru Pratyaya is preceded by this Akara of Shap or Shan, Then the Numagama Nityam, we spent half a class on this. If you want to go back and look at your prior recordings, so the sutram is Shap Shano Nityam. So Bodhayanti, same thing, Dharayanti. Dharayanti means ascertaining. Okay. Okay, let's look at the this nice shloka here. Sitaya Saundaryam is the beauty of Sita by Bahuvri compounds. You have some beauty of Vyakaranam here, and you have beauty of Sita's face also. So Sitaya Mukhasya Saundaryam Varnyate Bahuvrihi Samasaihi. The Bahuvri Samasa being used to describe the beauty of Sita's face, basically. So Tasyaha Punarbimba Phalopamoshtham Swakshibhru Keshantam Maralapakshma Vaktram Babhase Sita Shuktadamstram Rahor Mukha Chandra Iva Pramuktaha. It's an interesting shloka. This is Ramayanam. Is of course the story is there, then you have kavyam, then you have emotions, then you have also some Shungara Bhava is there, all kinds of mixture in Ramayanam. So this shloka is mainly describing the beauty of Sita's face. Tasyaha punarbimba phalopamoshtham sakshibhru keshantamarala pakshma Vaktram babhase sita shuktadamstram rahor mukha chandra iva pramuktaha. Okay, Ravi, all yours. Try the cheda for us.
Tasyaha punaha bimba phalopamoshtham swakshibhru keshanta marala pakshma.
I think we can split that one.
Oh, okay, swakshibhru keshantam.
Swakshibhru keshantam. And then?
Arala pakshma.
Right.
Vaktram. Babhase. Sita shukladamstram. Rahoho. Mukhat. Chandraha. Iva. Pramuktaha.
Okay, let's do the Pada Vichara. So Tasyaha is
Shashti Ekavachanam.
Little bit Vyakaranam, the Syadagama, what sutram there?
It's been a very long time.
Sarvanamasya Drasvascha.
Okay.
Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. So this is a sutram for you to practice. It is here. Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. So Yadapaha Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. Anurti of Nit is coming down here. So if you have Abantam followed by Nit Pratyaha, so in this case we have Nyas. Then the Sarvanamaha will take the Angam takes the Rasva Adesha, and then the Pratyaha takes the Syat Agama. Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. So we become Syaha basically. And then of course this one was actually this Prajapati is Tad. Chadadi Namaha Ato Gune Ajadyata Shtap Anubandalopaha. Then we do Akasame Dirghaha. Then we have Ta plus As. Of course, in the meanwhile, you have to apply the Lashakvata Ditetasya Lopaha, and then Nibhakta Utusmaha prevents the ending Sakara of Nyas from taking the Itsanya. Then we apply Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. Angam becomes Ta. From Ta it becomes Ta. Rasvadesha. And then we get Syat Agamaha here. Adhito Takitao. Akasame Dirgha. Rutta Visargao Tasyaha. So whatever in this Suttam Sarvanamasya Drasvascha. There's a nice sandhi going on over here, which is the Jayo Anyatarasya. But Syat Rasvascha becomes Syat Drasvascha. Practice. Abhyasana grihate. Okay. Tasya shashti ekvachanam Sitayaha. Punar is avyam, so punaha. Okay, what's the next one, Ravi?
Bimba phalopamoshtham. So, Prathama ekvachanam.
Is the subject. Napumsakalim. Correct. It is qualifying the Vaktram, which is the subject of Babhase. Okay. Next one.
Swakshibhru keshantam. It's also same as before.
Same. Purvavatra. Prathama Ekvachanam. Napumsakalinge Prathama Ekvachanam. These are all Bahuvari compound. This is the beauty of the shloka. This Valmiki displays his, I guess, sense of beauty and also this beauty of Vyakaranam using Bahuvari compounds. This is all qualifying Vaktram Prathama Ekvachanam. Same thing Aral Pakshma. But there's one thing, by the way. If you see this word like this, Aral Pakshma, like a word like Bhasma, Vartma, Dhama, Nama. If you see a Subantam Padam, which ends in Akaraha, there's no Visarga after it. If it's Prathama or Dvitiya Ekvachanam, you can almost close your eyes and say, this is a Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam ending in An. So one more time. When you see a Subantam Padam ending in Akaraha, Visarga Rahitaha, there's no Visarga after it. If it's Prathama Dvitiya Ekvachanam, then you can be almost sure that this is a Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam ending in An. Like Vartman becomes Vartma. So like Charman becomes Charma. So Dhaman becomes Dhama. Naman becomes Nama. Because of Samo Napumsakat, Pratyalo Vipatti Lakshanam Suptingantam Padam, then Nalopa Pradipadikantasya, Nalopa Pradipadikantasya. So this is, look at this Arala Pakshma. That itself will give you a strong hint that this must be Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam ending in An, like Bhasma. Quickly, Bhagavad Gita, Mamo Vartvanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha comes in Gita in two places, in chapter 3 and chapter 4. Mamo Vartvanu Vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha. Utsidere Lok, chapter 3, chapter 4. Mamo Vartvanu Vartante. Yes, so it's Vartman Pratipadikam. Mamo Vartma Anuvartante. And of course, it comes in Gita, Tadhama Paramam Mama. Dhaman comes in Gita. How about Janma Karma? Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Evam yo veti tatvataha. So Janma Karma, Janman Pratipadikam, Karman Pratipadikam, Dhaman Pratipadikam, Vartman Pratipadikam, so they come in Gita all places. So that is one thing to remember, is that without knowing too much Vyakaranam, you can know this rule that see Akaranta Subantam Padam, and it is Prathama Atva Dvitiya Ekavachanam Tarhi An Antam Napumsakalinga Pratipadikam Bhavet. Okay. Vaktram Ravi?
Vaktram again, Prathama Ekavachanam.
That is actually technically the technically instrument for speaking. Vaktram. So is Vaktum Yantram. It's a this pratyas. Some kind of pratyas coming here in the sense of I think pratyaya was strun, I think, right, Ravi? Remember this one? I think it is pratyaya. I think pratyaya strun. Pratyaya strun. Basically, it's the instrument for speaking. Is a strun. Now the strun is given ashtadhyayi in limited sense, but in the Unadi Kosha it is given more strun. Strun. Strun, as I said, may not be. It is a pratyaya which is given ashtadhyayi only after certain dhatus. But in Unadi Kosha is extended strun. This probably is the tra. Basically, the anubandha lope tra. So Vaktram clearly dhatu is vach. It's instrument for speaking. Anyway, Vaktram is mukham, is a face. Is Prathama Ekavachanam Napumsakalinge. Babhase?
Babhase is lit Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Atmanipadam. So because same thing. Let us tajoreshirech. We had it before. We had before in the over here. Lulubhe. But in this case, we know problem. Bhas is Atmanipadi Dhatu, so straightforward Babhase. Okay. Now, Sitadam Shita Shukla Damstram is same thing, right?
Prathama Ekavachanam.
It's all qualifying Vaktram again. See, this thing is jumbled up, a little bit jumbled up. But you know, that's the thing what these Vibhakti endings. We can jumble up these words and not mess up the meaning. In English, you could not do this. In English, you have to put the adjectives nicely before the noun. So here, because the vibhaktis are there, we know which word goes with which. So you don't have to put them in that order in the shloka. So again, this is qualifying Vaktram. Rahoho?
Rahoho is Panchami Ekavachanam.
think Shashti.
Shashti. Okay, yeah.
Raho Mukham. So Raho is Rahu Pratipadikam, and by Gyed Niti Gunadeshaha, then Nyasina Soscha, Spurupureka Deshaha. So Raho is Shashti Ekavachanam, could have been Panchami, also different context, but it is Sambandha with Mukham. Then Mukhat is clearly
Panchami Ekavachanam.
Same sutram. Ta Nyasina Sa Minatsyaha. Then Chandraha.
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Iva
Avyayam.
Pramuktaha.
Also Prathama Ekavachanam.
Yeah. So Chandra is here, it is this Lopashakalasya going on. So Sasajusho Ruho and Bho Bhago Ago Apurvasya Yoshi Lopashakalasya. Yakar Lopaha. And then we have a Padam ending in a Yakaraha, fissured by the Avaranaha. So this and the Ash is following. So Bho Bhago Ago Apurvasya Yoshi Yakaraha and Lopashakalasya. Then it's Asiddha, so we cannot apply Adgunaha because the Lopashakalasya Yakar Lopaha is Asiddha. Okay, let's try Balramji. Let's see what all we can get at that. Ready, sir? Okay. Again, what is again?
Yes,
Again is
Punaha.
Punaha. Her.
Tasyaha.
Tasyaha. Very good. Sitayaha. Countenance, face.
Bimbam.
No. Face, mouth, instrument of speaking.
Oshtam is lips, right? Oh.
Vaktram. Vaktram is face. Mukham Vaktram. Now, with its lips resembling a ripe bimba fruit. What is that?
Phalopamoshtam.
Bimba phalopamoshtam.
Oh, bimba.
Okay. The bimba is the name of a particular fruit. It's very, very red in color. So bimba. What is fruit is?
Phalam.
Phala.
Phalam.
Resembling is? Upama. 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 And oshtam is
lips.
Lips. So phalopamoshtam. Correct. Actually, Ravi, interesting thing over here. Why not we get the Vriddhi Rechi here? You notice that? What do you think, Ravi? We got Bim.
So there is a Vartikam Satishji for Oshtha.
Yeah. What is that?
Otvoshthayo or something.
Right, so that is correct. So that is interesting. I didn't know. I just noticed that, by the way, because you should have had the Vriddhi Adesha, right? Vriddhi Adesha by. The important thing is that where would that be, Ravi? Where would that be?
It's in that section Ekaf Purvaparayo.
Very good. And under that, where would that be?
Close to Etyedhat Yuts.
See, we see if it's mentioned. So Bimbra is mentioned as Bimba. Do you have a typo here? Bimba. Oh, Bimbra is a typo. I think it's a typo. I'm sorry. It's a typo, right, Ravi? It's a typo,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. It's a typo. It's a typo. I'm sorry. It's a typo. That's a typo. That is a typo, Sandhi. But okay. See here, the question is that we have Bimba Phalopama and then Oshtha. We should have had Vriddhi Rechi. But then what happens is that in this, so if you look at the Adhikar of Ekaf Puraparayoho, there we'll find a Vartikam. Vriddhi Rechi, Etyedatyutsu, Artascha, of Ottashno, Enga Parirupam, Usya Padantat. Which one do you think it is, Ravi? I think it's this one, Ravi. Engi Pararupam. It's Pararupa Ekadesha, right? I would check that one. Engi Pararupam. So there is a Vartikam here, which is when O2 and Oshtha are used. I think it is this one. Engi Pararupam. So let's see. Shakun. Here it is. We found it, Ravi. We found it. Otvashtayoho samase va pararupam vaktavyam. Okay, how about that? So in every class we learn something new. At least I learn something new in every class. So this is a Vartikam under Engi Pararupam. So how did I know to come here, by the way? First of all, as Ravi said, the Vartikam is there. I mean, I knew in the back of my mind. But how do you know to the exact sutram? Well, the Pararupa Ekadesha. Because see, what we have here is that we have is the Bimba Phalopama and then Oshtha. So between the Akara of, the Phalopama and the Okara of Oshtha should be the Vriddhi Adesha. Should become Bimba Phalopamoshtham. But that did not happen. Because of the between that A plus O has taken a Eka Adesha as a Pararupam. And I know from Engi Pararupam, I knew that this Engi Pararupam. So as Ravi said, should be the Adesha Ekapura Parayoho. And within that is Adhikara Ekapura Parayoho, because that Vriddhi Reshi is given there. But this says Engi Pararupam, but here an Engi also is there. When Eng, so A, Ong, when A or O follows. So we do have the Oshtha of Okara following. That is the Eng. And it is we want Pararupam Ekadesha. So Vartikam is Otvoshthayoho. Otu and Oshtha. So Otvoshthayoho. So I think Otu is a cat. I think Ravi, right? Otu is a cat. I think, yeah. Otvoshthayoho.
Yes, it is. It's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. Samas marjaraha. Otvoshthayoho samase va parupam vaktavyam. See, here it is. Bimboshto. Here it is. Bimboshti. Bimboshti, Bimboshto. Here it is. Okay. So good. So that's the Vartikam. That's the Vartikam. And the other one was a typo. Did you correct, Ravi? You correct that typo? I can refresh my page. This is a typo. Okay. This typo. So, okay. Let me just refresh my page. Here we have some typos. But okay. Bimba. Thank you, Yulia. Yulia is awake. Middle of the night, Yulia is awake correcting typos. Okay. Good. Thank you. So it becomes, so if you look at bimbam cha phalancha bimba phalam, it is a bimba fruit, Karmadhara compound. Then bimba phalam upama yasya. So it is the bimba phalam, it is something for which the upama, the simile is the bimba phalam. And that is the Oshtha now. Okay, not the Vaktram yet. And then bimba phalopamo oshtau yasmin. So it is Sita's face, which has these lips, whose simile can be given with the bimba fruit. So Sita's lips are red and beautiful like the bimba fruit. So bimba phalam upama yasya. This is all thanks to Ravi. Upama yasya bimba phalopamaha. So that is what one which has the upama consisting. Now one thing remember is that the bimba phalopamaha, because there is a rasvadesha at the end by 1 to 48 goes to upasajanasya. In a Bahuvri compound, every padam has the upasajana sanya. Sarvo upasajano Bahuvrihi. And then the ending takes a rasvadesha 1 to 48 by goes to upasajanasya. So became bimba phalopamaha oshtha. And bimba phalopamo oshtau yasmin. Bimba phalopamo. So that became this. It's now qualifying Vaktram. Okay. Okay. Next one for you, sir. And it's beautiful eyes, shapely brows, and lovely locks. What do you think?
Swakshi is, I think, beautiful eyes.
Correct. Su Akshi, and then Subhru, same thing, right?
Brukeshant.
No, it's this Su is connecting everywhere. Okay. See, how do you attack this compound now? First thing we clearly know Akshi Bru is a Dvandva. It is eyes and brows. By the way, same in English, right? Brow and Bru. Bru in Sanskritam is brow in English. Same thing, Bru, brow. And Keshantam is Keshasya, Atva Keshanam Antaha. Keshan means the locks, the ending, the curly, the endings of the hair. The locks, the ending of the hair. So Keshanta, first you make a Tatpurusha compound. Keshanam Antaha or Antaha. Then with that and Akshi and Bru make a Dvandva compound. So Akshicha, Bhruvaucha, Keshantascha, Akshi Bru Keshantaha. And then you join the Su in a Bahuvri compound. And then when we have a Dvandva like that, Dvandvanta Shriyamanam Padam Pratyekam Sambandhyate. When a Padam connects to the Dvandva, it's like a mathematical bracket. it's like A times B plus C plus D. So it is so Su Akshi, Swakshi, Subhru, Sukeshantam. So it's combined into one. That's why this is a good shloka to practice your compounds. So Akshi, Bru, and Keshanta form the Dvandva. Then you tack on the Su on top of that and make it Swakshi, Subhru, Sukeshanta. Because the Dvandva compound is like a mathematical bracket, you know. So when you put a term outside, it multiplies inside each one of them. So it becomes Su Shobhane. Su is a sign of Shobhane. Akshini Bhruvau Keshantascha Alakaha means the brows. I mean the locks. Sorry, locks. Cha Yasmin. Swakshi Bhru Keshantam Vaktram. Interesting thing is here. How about this? Another interesting thing. See, Bhru is a Pratipadikam is Bhru. How it became Bhru? Sutram, I was just talking to Ravi before the class. We had interesting sutram here. This is also something which, see, this is Ramayanam. In one shloka, you learn so many new things, isn't it? See, in this one shloka, Valmiki showed us the thing about the Oshta and the Otu, taking the Engi Pararupam. In the same shloka, Valmiki gives us this another sutram, Iko Rasonyo Galavasya. It's interesting sutram is if you have a igantam padam, which is the pura padam in a compound, it can take a rasva desha optionally. See, Galava is a acharya, name of an acharya, Vyakarana acharya, like like Shakalya, Spotayana, like that, Galava. So Galavasya. So Iko rasonyor Galavasya. So any igantam padam, which is the pura padam in a compound, can be optionally made short, but not if that purvantam, if that igantam is ending in the sripatya ni. Let's say we say Devi, like Nadi Tiram, will not become Nadi Tiram. That Nadi will not become Nadi, because that's ending the pratyag ni. But any other igantam, pura padam in a compound, it can be optionally Galavasya, also Anyatarasyam, it can be made Rasvaha. Of course, this sutram has some further complications. It cannot be done all the time. But still, the fact is that here, Prajapati is Bhru. It has become Bhru. So we have to find a sutram to make it that. I think this one will work. This is not a very common sutram. So, but we can use this one, which is Iko Rasvanyo Galavasya. Okay, if you want to do some homework, 6361. So finally, the Vigravakyam is Su equals Shobhane, Akshini, Bruvau, Keshantaha. So Shobhane, Akshini, Shobhanau, Bruvau, and then, I'm sorry, the Bru is still in the Shabda, right? Okay, then Shobhane, Bruvau, and then Shobhanaha, Keshantaha, Yasmin, Tat Swakshi Bru Keshantam, Vaktram. Okay, now, okay, let's continue. And so that's the beautiful eyes. There's the Su, Shobhane Akshini, shapely brows. Again, they made, instead of saying beautiful, 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 use some different words. Shapely brows is this, again, Shobhane Bhruvau, and lovely locks is Shobhana Keshantaha. Now, how about this one? Curved eyelashes, what do you think? What would that be?
Arala Pakshma.
Arala Pakshma. Pakshman Pradipadikam. Pakshma is eyelashes. Aral is curved. So Aralani, Vakrani. Vakra is bent. Vakrani, Pakshmani Yasmin. So that which has these curved eyelashes. Arala Pakshma. So Arala Pakshma Vaktram. It's a face with Arala Pakshma. And as I said, it is Aral Pakshman Pratipadikam. Then we apply the Pratyaya Su, Samon Napunsakat, and then 8 to 7 Nulapa Pratipadikantasya. The Vaktram is what? I'm sorry, we have to go by. I'm sorry. No, let's go here. And I think understood. Set white teeth.
Sita Shukla Damstram.
Damstra is like jaws, teeth in general. Shukla is white. Now set, how about that in English? Set and Sita. You like that? The English word set. The set and Sita. Now the thing is that the commentator has given different views over here. Okay? Sita can also mean white. So some commentator has given Sitaha Shubhraha, Swachhaha. So it could be bright white teeth. But then in fact Govinda Raja, see they have all these commentaries. Right? So Govinda Raja says that this could also mean is dhatu shing bandhane, is to bind. So well bound. I mean they have no cavities. Sita has no cavities. So, I'm sorry. Sita is taken like that. In fact, he says, Nirandhatvena, no cavities. Randhra is a hole, like a cavity. Nirandhatvena, samsakta shukradamstram ityartha. So because she had no cavities, it was like nicely bound together tightly with no holes in there. So nirandhatvena samsakta shukradamstram iti vartha athava you can say that sitaha swachhaha, very clean, her teeth were clean. Or you can say athva sita shukradamstram atyanta shukadamtam, which is very white. I mean they gave different interpretations here. So it's because see the problem here is that the sita is white, shukla also is white. So you have to now either make it like very white. So he gives that. He says ekarthe shabda dvaya prayogo. In the same meaning when you use the word twice, in the same meaning. So shabda dvaya, two words in the same meaning. Ekarthe shabda dvaya prayogaha atishaya jnapanaya. Means she was very white. Very white. She says she's clean and white, or they were very white, or you take this shing bandhane, that means they were nicely, tightly, I mean they had no cavities. So cavity free, white teeth. So she had ones which were set white teeth. Okay, how about shown? Is the verb. Which is the verb over here?
Babhase.
Babhase. Dhatu bhas comes in Gita. Yadi bhas sadrishi sa syad. Bhasastasya mat. Famous shloka of Gita, right? The atom bomb shloka of Gita. So when like the 1,000 suns rise in the sky, the splendor is like the splendor of this Vishwarupam. So bhas is to shine. Babhase lit lakara. Purusha ekavachanam. Then like is
Iva.
Moon. Chandraha. Released.
Pramuktaha.
Which released. From the mouth.
Mukhat.
Here sandhiru stoschanashchu. So mukhat. Of Rahu is Rahu. So yeah, so we had some. So it's an interesting shloka. A lot of interesting things over here is the vartikam here. English parupam. So instead of Vriddhirechi, we got the parupam ekadesha. Second thing is that this bru taking the rasva desha. Galavasya matena. That's 6361. The third thing is that nice practice for us, this antana musalinga paratipadikam. Okay, and then this Sita Shukla. Sita Shukla is also some little excitement on that part. See, one single shloka we learn so much in Ramayanam, and we got 24,000 of these. If you read Ramayanam like this, nothing will scare you anymore. So I think we did all the vyakra. So it says Sitaha is Swachhaha athava Nirandhatvena, no cavities. Samsaktaha, bound together. Shukla damshtraha yasmin. And then so shing bandhane is to bound together. So C plus kta, dhatva de shasaha, and then nishtha pratyaha kta. So bound. Then taktavatu nishtha, it's anit dhatu. Idagamaha by 7 to 10. Ekach pusyanadatat. Then anubandha lopaha. And bhasru deepta is to shine. Yes.
I didn't see the Bhaktram.
Yeah, Vaktram is probably by Unadi. In the translation, I'm sorry. Her countenance is Vaktram. We had that. Countenance, right, Vasu? Yeah, we had in the beginning itself we had that, her countenance.
How did Vaktram get the countenance meaning? What is the
means like see in the Sanskritam the word interesting the mouth and face are the same words. See Mukham, Vaktram, they all they are they have the same. So there's something interesting, something asked in the class a long time ago. In Sanskritam the word face and mouth, they're very similar, So this mouth is the upalakshanam for the face, So it is an instrument for speaking. So really in English we have mouth and face. But here Vaktram can mean both mouth as well as face. That's the way the usage in the language is. Technically it's an instrument for speaking, that is correct. Which stands for face. It stands for face. So from the context you have to understand whether it is just the face, just the mouth, is it the face? That's the way the language is. There's nothing to Vyakaranam, I guess. It's just the way it is.
How did the Dantavaktra, what is that supposed to mean there?
Which one is that?
Dantavaktra.
Dantavaktra, is it? So one who has, I guess, let's see, Dantavaktra. I guess who had teeth in his, I don't know. This is the Bhagavatam we're talking about, right? Dantavaktra, right?
Yeah. Shishubha,
Dantavaktra. Dantavaktra looks like it's Bahuri compound. Some kind of Bahuri compound. Dantavaktra. Maybe Vaktra. Let's see. Let me see Dantavaktra. Let's see if we have Dantavaktra. It is Bahuri with Danta and Vaktra. Let's see if he says anything.
I may be mistaken. It may be Dantavakra.
Yeah. So Vakra it could be also. Danta Vakra. So that Vakra means curved. Then that one is easy then. Curved teeth.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Danta Vakra. But then but the only problem there is that Vakra is an adjective. It should go before really. But anyway, we're running out of time. So Danta Vakra. So then maybe on account of his teeth he was crooked. Could be. You can make it a Tatpurusha. Or we can use this see Saptami Visheshana Bahuvri. How? In a Bahuvri compound should become Vakradantah. Should become Vakradantah really. But then there's 2237 we can do some. Anyway, so it looks like one who has curved teeth. Vakradantah. I think it's Vakradantah. One who has curved teeth. Vakradantah. Okay. And then we had Babhase is the lit lakara, same as before. Litas tajayo resh rech. And then Anekashi sarvasya. And then Abhyasa karyam rasvaha. Abhyasa charcha. In Abhyasa prana is gone. That's Babhase. Okay, and then Muchlu Mochane add this is Anit Dhatuhu. So Idagama is start by 7 to 10. Ekach position Tat. And also the Pratyakta is a kit. So because of Krityacha stops the Puganta Lagupatasyacha. And then we do Chohokuhu 8 to 30. Time is up. Let me just read this one and stop in 2 minutes. I promise time is up. So Pratyaksha darshanena vagata sakala sita vrittaha shimshapastha eva hanuman sitayaha samashvasananashvasanayor gunadoshau vimrishan samuchita samaye samashvasanam evavashyam karyam iti nischinoti Pratyaksha darshanena vagata sakala sita vrittaha Shimchipastha eva Hanuman Sitayaha Samashvasananashvasanayor gunadosho vimrishan samuchita samaye Samashvasanam evavashyam karyam iti nischinoti. Okay, Balaramji, you want to take a shot at this? Time is up. This is not fair to you. We've not done any Padacheda, nothing. But let's try to do one transition. We'll stop in 2 minutes. Okay, what is saying? Weighing, considering, reflecting, analyzing. Bhagavad Gita. Vimrushyeta Sheshana, Vimrushyeta Sheshana, Yateshita Thakuru. In the end, Shri Krishna says, Vimrushyeta Sheshana. You think about this, what I've told you. And Yateshita Thakuru. So, and do as you wish. Vimrushya, Dhatu Mrushya. Vimrush is to, like, Marshanam. So, Vimarshaha is to reflect. So, Vimrushyeta Sheshana. Yes, Vimrushyeta. So, Vimrushya. Okay. So, we'll see it next time in the class. So, weighing is, what will be? It will be Vimrushan.
Vimrushan, sir.
Again, Vimrushan is like Pachan, Gachan. So it means weighing. This ing pratyaya in English, right? Lataha ing vaktavya, Angla bhashayam. So ing, so weighing. So Shatru pratyaya in Sanskritam. The pros and cons. This should be easy. Pros and cons. This one here. Guna dosha. Yeah, Yulia is awake in the middle of the night. Yulia is still awake in the middle of the night. Guna dosha. Yes, thank you, Yulia. Guna dosha of comforting or remaining mum. This one.
Samashvasana,
anashvasana, yoho. Ashvasana means ashvasayamas, means to console. Anashvasana means to not console. So samashvasana yoho. Of comforting Sita or remaining mom. Now that, this is a typo here, it should be he. Now that he had come to know everything about Sita, is avagata sakala Sita vrittaha. Vrittam, you see, Vrittam is the news.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself.
Oh, you have, okay, go ahead. You know this one? So,
yeah, I said Sakala Sita Vritta.
And then, but Avagata. So, one who has known, Avagata means, Avagam is to understand. Tattadeva comes in Gita. Tattadeva Avagat, chapter 10 of Gita. Time is up, but look at chapter 10 of Gita, last two shlokas. Tattadeva Avagachatta Mamate Yonsha Sambhavam. Avagacha, understand. So, one who had understood, one who had comprehended the entire news about the entire story of Sita, situation of Sita. So, Avagatam, Sakalam, Sitaya Vrittam Yena Saha. At first hand,
Pratyaksha Darshanena.
Very good. Pratyaksha Darshanena. Hanuman is probably Hanuman. Hanuman is here. Okay. In fact, by the way, we missed this one. Sita Yaha is here. Of comforting Sita. So Sita Yaha Samashvasana Anashvasana Yoho. That is Sita Yaha. That was here. Decides upon.
Nishchinoti.
Very good. Nishchinoti. Yes, thank you, Yulia. Nishchi. Nishchi is to collect. Nishchi is to determine. Nishchayaha. The former course. Actually, this is, yeah, Samashvasanam eva.
Samashvasanam
eva. Former course.
Only the formal course, or is it just the formal course?
So
because Eva is coming, so I thought maybe. Yeah,
only on the former course itself. In fact, they are not translated the avashyam order. Definitely, karyam nischinoti means the samashvasanam eva avashyam karyam means that consolation has to be done definitely. That's what it meant. But yeah, they have just paraphrased it. Yeah, they paraphrased it. The former is not there. With samashvasanam only is there. Okay, at the psychological moment. What is that? At the right moment.
Samashvasan?
Yes.
No, sorry.
Yes, Julia got it, and I think now Bulam, you also got it. Samuchita Samaye. I'm glad you are all awake at 6:15. Thank you very much, all of you. And next class is on March 24th. Mangalacharam Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhyata Nishacharachamu Ramayatasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Sosmyaham Rameshitale Sada Bhutame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranamatutulyam Rama Nama Varadane Shri Rama Nama Varadana On Nama Iti. Ravi, okay, Ravi? And
yes,